Hey, what's going on? Welcome back once again to the Crew First Culture Podcast. This is Jeremy. Thank you very much for joining me again today. I really appreciate that. I can't tell you how much it means to me. I am going back to kind of the big book of thoughts and meaningful quotes that I keep referring to here and there because this is something I think is truly important with the fire service and those that are dedicating their professional career and lives to the fire service. So people don't burn out and quit because of what they do. People burn out and quit because they allow life to make them forget why they do it. I don't have a person to pin the quote on in here. I think that it came from Inky Johnson and his podcast, Serendipity Podcast, but I don't know for sure. I usually try to make sure I have the person that says it on there, but this one doesn't. But man, is there not another statement that hits home to those of us that are in the fire service? I mean, I think it says so much. People don't burn out and quit because of what they do. How many people are out there that get burned out in the fire service and burn out and quit? But I mean, more times than not, maybe just burn out and the new term of the past 5 years or so is the silent quitters. They're still working at the job. They didn't quit and move on. They're still working there, but they just are checked out. They aren't going to do anything more than they have to. They're just going to eke by. And I think that the fire service has definitely, felt the sting of that, the silent quitters. And if you sit and take a second and think, okay, why is that? Well, how many times have you heard or how many times have you said, this is the best job in the world? I've heard it thousands of times. I've said it hundreds of times. And even though I don't always feel it, I still believe that this is the best job in the world. I mean, it's amazing what this job can give you. It's amazing what internally this job can give to you if you allow it, and if you are doing things in the right way, if you're taking care of yourself and so on. Yeah, it can do a lot of bad things as well. It'll break your body down. It will beat you up mentally. It will attack everything that is you. But the positives far outweigh those negatives if we take advantage of the tools and things that we can use to kind of keep ourselves healthy. And so that's a big question for this. I don't think that people quit and get burned out from the fire service because of the job. It's not what they do. I mean, maybe they're in a place that if they're wanting fires, they're in a slower place that don't get fires. Or if they are not big, on medical calls and they're mainly doing medical calls right now. And I get a little bit of that. And I felt that a few times in different places. But I think that's just a small drop in the bucket. I think we need to look further into that statement that I read. The next part of it is people burn out and quit because they allow life to make them forget why they do it. And I think that is the most important piece of that statement. Are we allowing life? Are we allowing fire service? Are we allowing those that aren't the best shining examples of the fire service, the symbols of the fire service, are we allowing them to let us forget why we are doing it? It's the people that are there to shut you down when you bring, enjoyment and passion to your crew. It's the people that are, you know, cutting down your opportunities to go outside and train, or not letting you have the equipment that you need to go train, or whatever it is. It's I could sit here and, I mean, everybody out there that is involved in the fire service knows that I could sit here all day and go through examples of people that, if we allow them to, they will very quickly cause us to forget why we're doing it. But it's not just internal. It's the external factors as well. It's, those of us that run on lift assist nonstop. I am at a much slower station now, over the past year since the transition in my career. So I don't feel comfortable, saying anything about running too many calls of any nature. But I know what that's like. I know the frustration. I also know that it's our job. Whether we like it or not, those decision makers that aren't us have chosen lift assist as part of our job. And now that, the nursing homes and everybody knows that, it's going to get used. And so I'm not here to debate that. I don't care about debating that. As far as I'm concerned, it's a part of our job. And whether we like it or not, we need to do it. I think the problem when it deals with this this statement comes around is when we go on the same person 3 times a day, or 10 times in 3 or 4 days. It's the people that are abusing the system. It's the nursing homes that have plenty of people there on scene, on site, to help these people up. They aren't even injured. You just help them up. But they don't. They wait till we get there and put that strain on our bodies. So yeah, those type of things, they're gonna eat at you. And I think it goes right with one of the classes I do, and something I've really enjoyed giving to rookie schools and young firefighters. It's a class, Why Are You Here, is what it's called. And the kind of the statement behind the whole class is, wanting to help people is great, but that will not sustain you for an entire career. And zero chance that if you don't find something deeper than that you are just here to help people, if you don't have anything deeper than that, you will get burnout. You will become one of these people that we're talking about right now, because that is not going to, it's not going to sustain itself. We start running some of these calls that I'm talking about, and you're going to be like, well, I don't want to help people anymore. People are jerks, or people are just abusing the system. And that goes away because we don't have anything that roots us deeper into the calling or something bigger than us that we're a part of. And so I think that is why it's so important for us in the fire service to find something bigger than us. It's helping people, yes, but why? What else? For me, and it really kind of mirrors my personal mission and personal purpose, but I'm at the firehouse to make sure that I learn and grow and challenge myself every day. I'm at the firehouse because I want to add something, help somebody learn or grow themselves every day, add something to their lives. Or, Just be there for somebody else in whatever way that looks like. And lastly, not in any particular order, but I'm there to help others when they are in need. I don't get to choose what that looks like. I definitely have a vision in my mind of what I hope it looks like, but it rarely is that. Going back to last episode, it rarely comes in the package that we want it to be, but that doesn't mean that it's not there. We still have what we need. We still have an amazing job. But those are the things that I lean on. And, when I get frustrated because I'm running calls that I wish that I ran less of, and I'm not running the calls I wish I ran more of, I can still send most of my focus and most of my energy to those other ones. I can still grow and learn and become a better person every day. I can still help others around me in whatever way they need me to help them become better people or help them learn something about the job. Those things are what keep me engaged. And I'll be as transparent and upfront as I can. I have found myself in a season over the past year in which I don't know what I have left as far as the fire service goes. I don't know. I'm thankful to be on a crew that has engaged people that want to be involved in things, that want to train and want to learn, and that has helped me to keep my feet grounded and to keep the roots in place instead of just ripping them up and being one of these people that are, checked out, burned out, silent quitters. I very easily could have fell into that if it were left up to me and my own means. But thankfully, the position and location that I'm at right now, I'm surrounded by people that have helped me not fall into that. And so I struggle all the time with, what do I have left to give? What else can I do with the fire service? I'm so tired of the politics and the some of the things that are being kind of allowed and overlooked, and the kind of the hammer being dropped on other issues that seem pointless. But again, that's just my perspective, and also again, I have no control over that. And so I just have to keep my focus both inward on myself and what I'm doing, what I am, bringing in, what I am sending out, keeping it positive, keeping it in a good direction so that I am adding to the world instead of subtracting from the world. But I also have to really pay attention to, my thoughts and expectations. Because if I expect things to happen and to just fall in my lap, all the motivation, I have really come to, I wouldn't say hate the word. I don't like the word motivation. It's great to get you started. It's great. I love a good, just the feeling of motivation when I'm just kind of struggling to get moving. But beyond that short instant of time, it's just gone. I cannot depend on motivation to keep me going. I have to depend on discipline. I have to depend on being inspired. Like inspiration to me, or being inspired, is really kind of an internal motivation that can't be taken away. It can be dulled. It can get murky sometimes. I'll say that. It can get kind of pushed to the back when you have a lot of stress going on, when you have a lot of heaviness that you're going through, but it's always there, and it's rooted in the purpose that we are here to serve. And so I know that I can depend on that. I just have to pursue it. And the motivation, like I said, I think it's important for people that need that little push just to kind of get the wheels moving, or if you're stuck on the hill, just to nudge you over on the other side of it. It's great. But we can't depend on motivation to keep us going. You could sit and listen to all the motivational speakers you want to on YouTube, and sometimes I'll sit and listen to them as well. But I quickly get annoyed with it because it's just the same stuff. And it's almost like they're relying on their charisma and their voice volume to really hide the fact that what I need, it's got to come within. What I need to keep me going has to come within. I can't get it from the really charismatic motivational speaker. I can't. They can help me get started, but they are never going to keep me going. Because even if I listen to the most motivational speakers on the planet every day, sooner or later it's going to get old, and I'm going to lose interest in it. Even the most motivational people. So if we aren't finding that within ourselves, we aren't going to succeed. We're not going to progress. We're not going to sustain a productive, healthy, fulfilling career, which there's no reason that anybody should ever leave the fire service and not feel like they were a part of a productive, healthy, fulfilling career. There shouldn't be any reason that somebody ever leaves the fire service feeling that their time was wasted. But they do. People leave feeling that way all the time. And I hate that. I hate that for those people, and I hate that for the fire service. It doesn't make any sense. But until we really start to dig in and understand that for us to truly live a fulfilling, healthy career, we have to root it in something much more than the things on the surface. The being part of the team, being out there to help people. It has to be about something more. I love the team. I love being a part of the team. I love helping people, seeing the faces of people that you help. I truly do. But if you want to be in this for the long haul, and if you want to leave in the best place mentally and emotionally as you can, it's got to be about something deeper than that. It's got to be about something bigger than you. And so that's a answer that I can't give you. I'll give you the question, and that's the question: is why are you here? Why are you a part of the fire service? And that's something, if you haven't truly sat and reflected for a pretty good length of time on that question, you shouldn't give me a quick answer. If you give me a quick answer and have never really thought about it, that's not a real answer. You need to spend some time thinking about what you want, what you expect. What are the things that are truly bringing you to the fire service? What is it that is going to keep you here and keep you happy, keep you engaged, and make you be a positive impact to the rest of the world? Those are the questions that we have to ask ourselves. We can't get them from anywhere else. We can't get them from the motivational speakers online. We can't get them from me or any of the other podcasters or speakers out there. We have to get them from within. And if we don't get those from within, sooner or later, we will find ourselves in a checked out, a burned out place. And unfortunately, that will cause some of us to quit and to move on away from the fire service. And if you put in a great career and a long career and it's your time to move on, that's great. I wish you the best. But if you haven't, if you've only been here a short time or even a decent amount of time, but not as long as you should be, I don't want you leaving because you've found yourself in a bad place. So spend some time thinking about that, please. I think it's really, really important. I think that finding our purpose within this career is vital to our mental health, our emotional health, our career health. If we are grounded in these principles that we set in place, it doesn't matter what is happening to us. If we're getting in trouble for things, if we're surrounded by people that are checked out, if we are, a part of a system that morale is really low, whatever it is, we are still in a good place because we are grounded in the principles that we know that we can lean on. So thank you for your time. As always, I so much appreciate it. If there's something I said today means a lot to you, speaks to you, please share it, subscribe, and download it, and all those fun things that you can do out there. Appreciate your support, and I thank you so much. I look forward to seeing you next time, and as always, remember, it doesn't matter where you come from or what you come from. Great things can come from you. Thank you.